Greetings, church. It's so good to come to you with the news that we'll be starting an in-person worship opportunity beginning August 16th. Now, we'll be adding a worship service on the Sunday morning lineup at 7:30 a.m. that will be outside in our courtyard area. Now, we're calling this a field service because this is kind of a nod to our past as United Methodist, where John Wesley and the very early beginnings of the Methodist movement were kicked out of the Church of England, and John Wesley took his preaching to the fields where the people were, reaching tens upon tens of thousands of people for the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so we know even as a church, we were the first church that was established here in Midlothian, and there was a time where we worshiped outside as a congregation. And so in this season, in order to keep one another safe as is possible in this time, we're going to go back outside for a time. Now, there are a couple of requirements that we're going to ask you to participate in as a church, and these are essential to make sure that everyone is safe. Now, the first one is to social distance, 6 feet. So when we social distance, it means when you come around, if you're with people other than your family unit, you stay 6 feet apart from them. This is really important to make sure that we are as safe as possible. So 6 feet of social distance all the time you're on the campus here. Now, the other side is wearing masks. We're going to require masks throughout the service. And so we're going to ask that you put on your mask and that you wear it throughout our service. Now, you wear a mask like this. Having been around the town, I've seen many people wear a mask improperly, like this or like this. That's not how you wear a mask. You wear a mask like this. In fact, we as a church are going to make our own masks, and so we'll all be wearing the same ones and ask that you wear a mask the entire time you are on our campus. And so we look forward to following this together and being able to be together. Now, I want you to realize that these are requirements. This is an agreement that we have together that if we're going to have this opportunity to worship together, we need to make sure that we practice these two requirements. It's essential in a way in which we can love our neighbor by agreeing to do both of these things. Now, the staff is going to share with you some other facts about what these services are going to look like, and so give your attention to the rest of the video and they'll share with you what these services will look like and some of the other practices that we will have during this time together.
We ask that you please leave your pets at home, and we also ask that you bring a chair with you to worship. We will have some chairs available for those who cannot carry a chair, but they will be a limited number. Also, once you arrive, please remain in your car until 10 minutes before worship service starts. We ask that you please use the restroom before you leave the house. We will have a bathroom open in case of emergencies, but there will be some restrictions around that. First of all, we ask that only one person or one family unit at a time go to the bathroom. Also, we will have a bathroom attendant available to help make sure that that happens. And we will have cleaning supplies available if you need to disinfect.
We're going to have ushers that are going to be here, 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 and here.
Exits are here, here.
Anywhere. They're going to be surrounding where you're going to be sitting. And they're going to be the ones that are going to guide you to your seats. It's going to be 6 feet apart. There's going to be places that are separated out to keep you safe. And that's what the ushers are there to do. They can provide you masks if you do not have one. They can provide you hand sanitizer if you do not have access to that. And then after we seat you, once the service is over, we need to trust that our ushers are going to find a way to file out with you so that you know in what order and where you need to go, because we want to make sure that we keep that social distance. It's really important to us that we remain as safe as possible during worship.
Throughout the service, we won't be giving out any handouts, so you won't have to worry about those. But we will have PDF that will be sent out through email to where you can be able to print that off at home or be able to look at it on your device throughout the service. So feel free to bring your phones where you can sing along with us. Also, we'll be having offering locations at different stations throughout the courtyard where you'll be able to drop off your offering. But we also encourage you to use our online resource to donate your offerings online.
So we want to keep this service as simple as possible, and one of the most important elements of our worship is singing. So to begin, we're going to sing a cappella, having no instruments, knowing that when we have instruments, we tend to sing louder, and that moves more air. And so we want to keep people as safe as possible. The plan is to build this portion of our worship service, but we'll do that in the future when we know that it's as safe as we can be.
Okay, so you may be wondering about kids. Do we want them here? Are they welcome? Always and of course. So in order to help keep our kids able to focus and to stay with their family units instead of going over and running to their friends, we are going to provide bags that have a devotional. It'll have some coloring books and coloring things, and then also some just little fidget toys to help keep them centered, help them pay attention to the things going on around them, and hopefully keep them within your family unit. Our playgrounds will also be closed, just so you know, so please don't let your kiddos climb over the fence to go slide down the slide, as tempting as it may be. We just want to keep everyone safe, and there's no way for us to really disinfect those things to make sure that it's safe for everyone to be on. So we want your kids, make sure you bring them, and we will see you soon.
All right, church. Well, we look forward to the opportunity to come back together in this way in our field service. I want you to know that we will continue to host our online resources of our 8:30 and 10 o'clock worship services. We will continue to stream those on Facebook Live every Sunday. And so if you feel most comfortable in this season continuing to worship at home, we encourage you to do that, and we're grateful for that choice. You are still a part of the church. We are in this together. But if you do feel comfortable coming back together and practicing the two requirements that we ask of you of wearing masks and social distancing, then we look forward to that opportunity to come back together. We'll have our first field service on August 16th at 7:30 a.m. So be sure to come and join us about 10 minutes before that, and we'll have a 30-minute worship service, and it'll be great to see one another and be present in that way. But we know, church, that God is doing great things through our church in this season. Whether we're going to come back to those field services or whether we'll be worshiping with us online, our prayer is that the Spirit continues to bring us together, empowering us for new ministry in a new and challenging season. So thank you so much, church. Bye, church. See you soon.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again. Bye. Your heart is true.